Drink it, hey, drink it, Gabe, drink it, hey, drink it, drink those beers. Yes, 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 yes.
Going to the spider. And I think, I guess.
God, I'm getting it. I'm enjoying this vacation. It's not just about the vibes anymore. Come on. Come on. You don't even know nothing. And what's the writing problem?
Better watch out. I'm a tough baddie. But like a skirt and like some heels, now I look stupid. Is this how every human feels? Better go with Vans, I'm never gonna pass. I should stay home, why did I make plans? Drunk in the bathroom, messing with my skirt. I got hair in my tights and nothing in my shirt. If I paint on some lips, will they?
Oh, no, 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 no. Lord.
I fucking hate being silent. Everyone's just
And just as strangely as he entered my life, Tyre was gone. I hope whatever you do, you have fun. I'm gonna miss you, man. Look snazzy. Oh, look out. Here comes. I hear the pitter patter of his little footsteps. He's here!
What's up, everybody? My name is Lee Shaner, and you're tuned into You Feel Me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to You Feel Me. We are sitting here on our neon green and yellow set with 100 Gecs because this month's theme is energized, and we couldn't think of anybody that fits the term energized more than you guys. I think, you put on the 1,000 Gecs record, and it just makes you want to get up. It's hard to really stay still. So, welcome. Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. On the road right now, you're just kind of in the middle of this is a little tour stop for you guys, huh?
Yeah, we are on tour with Brockhampton.
With
and
Brockhampton.
Slow Tie.
Amazing. And Slow Tie.
And Slow Tie.
Love both of those acts.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Handpicked to go on that tour, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How's that feel?
Great.
It's a good cosign to have.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They're
very
all
kind.
super nice dudes, too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hardworking.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I bet. I feel like to see the sort of success they've had over the last few years, you have to be hardworking, yeah?
Definitely.
Are you right now in a spot where you two feel as though you're working extra hard?
We're working the right amount.
Yeah.
What's the right amount feel like?
Tiring,
Yeah.
but good.
Yeah.
Because it almost seems like this year came out of nowhere, right? But every overnight success has 10 years of history behind it.
Sure.
And so tell me about the difference in workflow and work availability now as compared to you guys' come up, because I'm sure both of you have stories that are of trying multiple things,
Sure.
right? Before it worked.
Yeah.
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 So how's it feel now that it is working?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Sucks trying things. Well, I don't know. I don't think we've ever failed miserably at anything.
Yeah, I mean, we've just been making and releasing music for 10 or so years, so
Yeah.
we've liked the music we've released in the past, and we like this music too, but
Yeah.
people seem to like this one more
Way
than those other
more.
things.
Yeah.
It has left a mark.
Yeah.
When you say working on music 10 years, together, separately, both?
We've
different
done
times, both.
things together
Yeah.
in the last 10 years, but we were doing a lot of solo stuff
Okay.
and producing work for other people.
Did you two grow up together?
Around each other.
Around each other.
Yeah.
Same area.
Where is that at?
St. Louis.
Outside of St. Louis, in the city,
Suburbs of St. Louis.
suburbs of St. Louis.
Yeah.
So, tell me what's it like growing up in St. Louis? I've never been. That's a city that I don't hear much about.
It's chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to school, came home.
Just the standard suburban lifestyle.
Lunchables, Capri Sun,
Yeah.
PBJ.
parks.
You guys
Going
are
to
describing
parks.
childhood to a T.
Sure.
What were you into as a kid? Where did all these Thousand Gecs as a record is such an amalgamation of different influences and different things. It's like listening to the mind of a madman or the mind of a maniac could just open up. So I just want to hear kind of where some of these things came from without going too far
Sure.
into like the whole what are your influences.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean, I'm sure you guys had interest as a child that shaped and molded this. Yeah.
Yeah. I always had a computer in my room.
Yeah.
So I think that was big for me because I
Grew
could,
up on the internet.
web crawling and YouTube holes and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind
Rotten.com.
of Rotten.com. Wow.
Just kidding.
I was like, I haven't heard that in so long. What kind of YouTube K-holes would you go down?
I used to watch like a lot of like secret Pokemon videos, like if you go under the truck type stuff.
Yeah.
And they would always be like soundtracked with like these Nightcore tracks, or a lot of them were, and they
Yeah.
were really cool. Naruto AMVs.
Nightcore is a thing that I see in print a lot about you, and I don't know what Nightcore is. So to the layman out there, explain what Nightcore is.
So you take any song
Yeah.
and you speed it up,
Okay. So
There
it's like
it
turn
is.
it into a rave, basically.
just making it faster and higher pitch.
Yeah, right. That's what Nightcore is.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. There's
A
like
very-
a group called
very
Nightcore,
small- yeah.
but I don't really know how the logistics of that works.
You had
Okay.
to describe
That's
it in
what I
10
would say it
seconds.
is.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Are you someone that also grew up just on the web?
Yeah, I had like a computer and shit too.
Yeah. I had a computer.
Yeah, that was dope. I feel like I used to see all these commercials for like compilation CDs on TV.
Like, now this is music.
Adjacent,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like, not that one. And like always the ones with auto-tune. There was like so few songs I could hear with auto-tune.
Right.
Whenever I heard that, I was like, fuck.
The ads for
I need
what
that
is
shit.
it?
I'm Blue, for sure.
Buzz, the compilation CD that was
Oh,
like
yeah.
freaking Fuel and Incubus
That
Yeah.
shit went
type
hard as
stuff.
fuck.
Watched a lot of MTV. Watched a lot of like Jackass.
For sure, watched a lot of Jackass.
Viva La
yeah.
Bam.
Epic shows.
What's he up to?
Were you two creative as children? Were you into art? Were you guys drawers? Were you people that excelled in writing or more than math per se, something like that?
My mom like took me to museums and shit always growing up.
So you had heady parents?
My mom is fairly heady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad wasn't super going to museums with us.
I went to a lot of plays. My grandma used to have season passes to this big like theater in
Yeah.
St. Louis, so we'd go see like plays all the time.
That's amazing.
And I liked clay.
Was there one that stuck out to you where you're like, oh,
I used to
entertainment?
love Phantom of the Opera. That was my shit.
Oh, yeah.
I asked my grandma to take me
Shit's
there like
hard.
every season.
Really? Nice. And then you said you work with clay as well?
Yeah, I used to like when I was like super little. I was like making little clay things,
Awesome. Yeah.
action figures.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I heard something when we were back in the green room about choir.
Oh yeah.
Were you
I was
guys
in choir.
were you choir kids?
I was.
You were.
Yeah.
Were you? No?
No,
No.
not like choir club or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Choir, like church choir, school choir?
School choir.
School choirs.
High school, 4 years.
Oh, all 4 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Would you go on trips and stuff like that for the choir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other year. So
Nice.
we went on 2. Shouts out Dave Cannon,
Shout out to Dave Cannon.
Shout out Dave Cannon.
the GOAT.
The GOAT. This is your choir teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Also the same choir teacher as Slater.
As Slater. Shouts.
Shouts out Slater.
Yeah.
Shout out Slater.
Wow, what a small world.
Very.
Were you in band before that?
No, I didn't go to. I went to like a tree hugger type grade school.
Wow.
So I didn't go to public grade school.
What's a tree hugger grade school?
We like went on a bunch of camping trips and a lot of field trips, hands-on Montessori type stuff.
Okay, cool.
A class of like 23 people.
Yeah, right. And
And
so
what-
you grew up with those 23 kids your whole elementary probably, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Kindergarten, 8th grade.
Wow.
Then took choir.
That seems like a unique sort of experience.
Yeah, definitely.
When you got to high school, did you realize like, oh, I had a very unique elementary
Yeah, I mean,
experience?
there was like 3,000 people in that school, so I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Do you feel like it affected your social well-being when you got to high school? Did you feel like you had a better, or like more of an advantage or less of an advantage?
I didn't have any friends, so I don't know.
No friends.
I had like one friend from the grade school that went to my high school, but yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Choir was sick.
What
Nice
do
community.
what do your parents do? What do yours do?
My mom works a lot with like makeup
Yeah.
and aesthetics and stuff.
Okay.
And my dad does like heating and cooling stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So like dad blue collar work.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about your folks?
Mom is a jeweler,
Yeah.
sells jewelry. My dad, carpenter,
Okay. Yeah. So like good
and maker of things.
Midwestern jobs.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
It's a very sort of industrial-ish town, I guess.
What
Adjacent.
That makes sense. What was your elementary education as unique as his, or did you just go standard public school route?
I was in like stuff. Like they have those like clubs for kids who like doing art stuff.
Yeah.
So I always was in one of those things, like these vague art class club type things.
Like
They'd
after
like
school
they'd pull you out of like 3 classes or something, and you'd go like do a project or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely cool
Yeah.
to do that. So
So you're going to this after school program, right? And there's or not? No, it's like during school. You're taking a couple periods.
Type shit, yeah.
Yeah, type shit. Were you a social butterfly, or were you kind of introverted?
I didn't have super many friends like before high school, and then like high school I started swearing a lot, and people were like, "Oh,
They're like,
that's so cool."
they're cool. Cuss
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, I sucked. I sucked in high school.
Why?
I don't know. I got a bunch of friends, and then it went to my head, and I was like, "I'm the coolest," but I sucked.
Really? And what would you do with all your cool friends?
Drink beers in my dad's backyard.
Yeah. Oh, so you were the house that hosted the house parties?
Yeah, when I wasn't there sometimes, I was like, this is not a good vibe.
When you weren't there, people would come to your house to drink beers?
I was in New York one time, the first time I went to New York,
Mm-hmm.
and my friends texted me and were like, hey, we're gonna go into your backyard. And I was like, maybe you shouldn't. And they were like, we're already there, and we're already doing things.
So really, you had like the cool parents that didn't give a fuck and would just let people
My
party at the
dad,
house? Or
well,
what?
my dad's house was, I don't know, he cared, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. When you say your dad's house, parents split up?
Yeah.
How old were you when they split up? If you don't mind if I ask.
Young, like
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Oh, so really young. So that's just kind of for all intents and purposes how you grew up in a split household.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad moved to St. Louis, and then I was going back and forth for like till I moved out.
Oh, where was mom?
Mom's in St. Louis.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
you're
yeah,
just back
I-
and forth
I-
in St. Louis.
I moved with my mom
Okay.
to St. Louis, and then
Yeah, okay.
and then whenever my dad moved up there, it was always back and forth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What about you? Your folks stay together?
No.
When did they split?
11.
At 11? So you have like probably strong memories of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did
Sucked.
it sucked? Did you have to like go through the whole like who do you want to live with choices?
No.
Yeah, what it was just decided for you.
Yeah.
Who'd you go with?
Mom.
Yeah.
Dad moved to Hannibal, Missouri, then Florida.
So how often would you get to see him?
I've probably seen him like 5 times since then.
There we go. See, I have a theme on my podcast, right? And it's that bad dads make for good art. And we just got to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a complex dude. Not all
Dads
bad.
are complex.
Dads are complex.
Yeah.
They're all fucking us up all the time, aren't they?
He tried hard.
Yeah, they can try. Were you guys musical at a young age beyond like the choir? Did you have interests in music?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always really liked music. Whenever I was in high school, I think was when it started. I started playing guitar when I was like 13, I
Yeah.
guess. And then like I would just like want to write things that I wanted to hear. And then that grew into like during high school, me being like, I want to write for Big Time Rush. I want to be the person who writes those songs.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the first riff you learned?
I learned
one.
Was it?
No, I learned some song. I remember I went to go see one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and there was like a song in a locket or something that I really liked, and then I came home and I played that song.
Plucked out the riff.
Yeah.
Did you pick up guitar?
No, I mean I did recently, but
Yeah.
I was like 22.
Okay, so it wasn't a childhood thing with
No,
the
I
guitar.
played piano
Yeah.
in high school.
Oh, nice. So you learned to read and write music?
No.
Did you learn to read and write music?
No.
We
well,
we've never talked
I-
about
the
that.
choir
I
parts.
learned Yeah, I took like a music theory class, but I didn't pick it up.
So now you know how a little bit?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, like, as much as you do.
Oh, just zero.
Yeah.
I don't know any.
I
Not
can
assuming
more
you
than
don't
that.
know anything,
Oh, yeah.
but
Yeah, I don't. Now, when you were trying to like write with your guitar, was it on some purposeful, I want to be a singer-songwriter? Did you try to start a band, anything like that?
tried a band,
Yeah.
didn't like it.
Why?
I have a big ego.
Uh.
No, I don't know if that's true. I don't want things to sound bad.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're in a band, the other person wants it to sound
It's hard to find like
bad.
people.
Yeah, you have to find like-minded people, and we weren't like-minded.
Right.
Dylan is the first person who I've worked with that I've been like, we are like-minded.
That's amazing. What does it feel like when you first meet each other and it kind of the light bulb goes off? Like, oh, maybe this is my person. Maybe we are like-minded.
I mean, it didn't really feel like that when we met. I
No.
didn't
It
even
didn't.
know you.
It
No.
took a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you meet?
House
At
party.
A house party. Yeah.
And-
Dylan was like just somebody there, and people were like, oh, I'll play that song that you made with this other person. And Dylan played it, and I was like, I hate you.
Because it was so good.
It was good. Yeah, it sounded good. And I was like, fuck you.
At what point was in high school?
Yeah, I was like producing for this dude.
So you're like making music already.
Producing, yeah.
You're producing, and so what? You're on Ableton or something, or
Logic.
You got on Logic.
Yeah.
And were you messing with samples? Or did you have a MIDI keyboard? Like, what
I
were
was
you really
definitely
doing?
sampling a lot then.
Yeah.
I was doing like a bunch of rap shit for this dude.
Oh, okay. So you're making rap music.
Yeah.
And this is like probably SoundCloud rap type stuff. Is he auto-tuned? Is he crooning? Or is it like lyrical miracle stuff?
It was more like boom bappy shit, but
was
it
boom
wasn't
bap.
like it was breaks and samples.
Okay. Yeah. So you're chopping drum breaks and you're
Yeah.
making like DJ Premier beats, probably. Yeah.
Something like that.
Right. And
Ish.
Much less good.
right. And so this is a kid that you went to high school with.
No, I still work with him now pretty, but I knew him from we
Shout out
dated the
Pretty.
same girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Love triangles. Make for great music as well.
Sure.
So is that what you hear is like one of his rap songs? And you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I was
snap.
like, this motherfucker can really make music.
Yeah. And did you have bars? Did you want to rap over his beats? Is that what it was?
No, I was like a singer-songwriter type
Okay.
stuff. I was like recording guitar and voice stuff
Uh-huh.
at that time, but like his just sounded way better.
And was this while you guys were at the same high school?
We didn't go to the same high school.
Just
Rival high schools.
Rival high schools,
Rivals.
neighboring high schools.
Okay. And so you go home like, wow, that guy's music is
I
the
left
shit.
immediately. I was like, I have to get out of here. I have to go write music.
So you went home and just started get out the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of song did you work on?
When I got home,
Yeah, sure.
I think I just worked on some stupid surf rock type bullshit.
Okay. Like just have the
I was like-
the Dick Dale slide guitar out and everything. No.
Type shit.
Yeah, right.
Waves type shit.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Skull Candy wanted to show you some love for listening by hooking you up with 15% off your next purchase. Head over to skullcandy.com and use the code YouFeelMe19 at checkout to get 15% off anything site-wide. And did you guys exchange contacts that night or no?
No.
No. So how do you run into each other again? Do you find them online?
We
We
were
had like mutual friends.
yeah.
Okay.
So we
Pretty
would just
small
yeah
place.
Yeah. Right.
see each other around,
Yeah.
and then I don't remember how we started like talking about music. I know Dylan wanted me to join a band that he was starting at
Yeah.
one point. That was going to be a cool thing with another person, and I was like, yes. And then I moved away to Chicago, and so since that didn't happen, we kind of like were just like sending tracks back and forth
Right. Wow.
while I was at college.
So you guys got
And he was-
split
I mean,
up
obviously.
before it could even really start, like, because you go off to Chicago for what? For school?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you stay in St. Louis?
Yeah, I was going to college there.
Yeah. And what were both of your plans at the time as far as studying goes? You were going to study like music theory stuff?
When I was going into college, I wanted to study music theory and then like songwriting. And I realized it's really hard to do that if you can't read or write music. So
Right.
I started going for audio.
Okay.
and later switched out of that. But
And what did you go for?
Audio engineering.
So both of you guys kind of dabbled in audio engineering, and so I think that's a major where you could really get your hands dirty in electronic music, right? Because a lot of it is tinkering on computers.
I
or no?
fucking wish it was.
yeah,
It wasn't?
that's what people think. I think
Really?
when they go into it. Yeah.
Yeah. What were you kind of having to concentrate on?
Recording a band on a console, not using a computer.
Oh, no, so you're doing all analog stuff.
Just
Type shit.
Type shit. Yeah.
I
Pro
mean,
Tools
I
type
learned
shit.
Node. I didn't learn Pro Tools in mine.
Yeah.
You didn't learn Pro Tools?
We didn't really touch computers.
Oh my gosh.
It's more
And
theoretical.
so have you found anything that you learned at your
Yeah,
specific
100%.
audio engineering?
Definitely.
Okay. What's something that you took away from there that you use on a daily basis? Anything?
There was this audio aesthetics class.
Yeah.
That was probably the most helpful one.
Okay.
I don't even know what that class was. We just listened to music and talked about it.
Really?
But then also like knowing how things actually work, compressors and shit.
Yeah, right. So did you two have the kind of revelation that you could work together well before you moved away, or is it something that you learned after you moved away? And
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I think that it was still like we still didn't, even when I moved away, we didn't like know each other super well. I think we
Yeah.
got to know each other more just talking.
Yeah.
And then especially I moved back to St. Louis for a summer after I think my first year of college or my second year or something. And we started hanging out then and like exchanging more ideas. And
Okay.
that was, I guess, when it kind of like ramped up and I opened a show for him and someone else. And
Okay.
Yeah.
So while you two are apart, you in St. Louis, you in Chicago, you're both working on your individual efforts, basically. And so I would imagine you're working on music in the production aspect.
Yeah, I was
more.
producing like a bunch of friends in St. Louis.
Was it all kind of genre specific or all over the place?
At that point, we were all kind of in a similar lane.
Like rap
Vanna
shit?
Golden, Lewis Grant. I was
no.
doing like auto-tuning stuff then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden
And
Lewis shit.
say it again.
Robo Katema, all these St. Louis people.
Okay. And then while you're in Chicago, you're working on singer-songwriter stuff? Or no?
I started getting bored with a lot of things, so I just started like hopping around. I did like I was making like techno for like 2 seconds, and
Oh,
then
wow.
I was working on. I really was liking the idea of like like really distorted metal and stuff. So I was working on that a little bit too, and I was also like working on recording rappers, but then they were like, "Do you have any beats?" And I was like, "No." So I tried starting to like kind of make beats and stuff. So I was like hopping around a lot,
Just dabbling.
dabbling.
Yeah.
And then I quit for a while, and then
Why quit?
I just was really down on myself and like not happy with myself and like where I was.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck this. I made memes for a minute, and those were really bad too.
Did you have like a meme account and all that?
No, it was music, but it was just like really stupid shit.
Okay.
Yeah. And then whenever I came back from Chicago to St. Louis and started hanging out with Dylan, I kind of like got back into music, sort of.
And were able to kind of dig yourself out of the hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, this is nice.
Why do you think you got so depressed in Chicago? Was it like a lack of peers out there? Just
All sorts
loneliness?
of shit. Yeah, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Just bad headspace in general, probably.
Yeah,
also.
right. And so when you moved back to St. Louis, did you kind of just like hit him up, or like had you guys been in contact that whole time? Like how does the concept of 100 Gecs kind of like start to take fruition?
We had like talked about doing stuff together.
Yeah.
And we just didn't do it.
Uh-huh.
And then I thought it would be sick to do it when it was fucking cold as hell. So I went to her dorm room that was like really high up in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
In like some fucking freezing cold month.
Yeah, Chicago is cold as
It was
fuck.
for New Year's.
Yeah, for New Year's.
We went out to a thing
Yeah,
on New
the
Year's
trip.
and then
That's exactly what it was.
holed up in my apartment for a week.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, we had no idea. We just were like, we were gonna make something.
Yeah. And what came out of that? Is that what the
First EP,
The first EP,
100 Gecs.
100 Gecs.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
was like
what?
2015.
I
for
don't
sure.
remember when we actually put it up online. Yeah, it was done for a while before we actually threw it up.
It was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Does it start to get a response?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From A lot from like online, like nightcore people for sure. Some other people
Didn't go as crazy as this one.
did not go as crazy as this one.
Where do the nightcore people reside on the internet? Like where would they be getting that
YouTube.
sort of response? What's that?
SoundCloud.
So it was
Outside.
only on SoundCloud, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, something that I've noticed a lot in reading about you two is that people don't necessarily know how to categorize it, right? And that's kind of this annoying thing that I think the last generation holds on to, is trying to
Sure.
categorize music so that they can elevator pitch it or something.
Yeah.
But it's almost like in listening to 1,000 Gecs, it's as though you guys, it's as though you two take the entirety of popular music of the last 20 years, whether it be bubblegum pop or ska or pop punk or SoundCloud crooning or metalcore, house, trance, everything, throw it in a blender and then make sure that it's like energetic enough to keep people on a dance floor at 5:30 in the morning, right?
Sure.
And so when you two really start working together, holed up in this apartment, did you ever vocalize something like that, or is it just sort of you both brought your influences to the table and that's what happened?
I would say the first one is less that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of all over the place, but it's definitely less.
it's very proto the new album.
Yeah.
For sure.
The new
Right.
one, we weren't like together for most of it.
The
Yeah.
new one, you guys weren't together,
For like
90%.
Yeah, 90%.
so you're
of it.
sending tracks back and forth.
Yeah.
What are the creative roles? Like, you handle the bulk of the production, or do you split?
I would say it's pretty split.
Okay, so you're working on production as well, and then sending tracks to each other and just kind of seeing how they can fit together.
We'd get like a project file on like Logic, because we
Okay.
both use Logic on the
Yeah.
computer,
Yeah.
and so we can pretty easily send
Right.
the files back and forth.
Right.
And so one of us would start a song, and to a varying degree of like doneness, and we would just like work on it. So some songs, like, yeah, Dylan made a beat or like had like a good portion of a song done, and would be like, this should be a Gecs song.
Right.
And so, and then I would get my hands on it, and we just send it back and forth and stuff like that, or like, yeah,
Whittling
it's-
away.
Yeah, whittling
Yeah.
away.
And would you ever work on it actively, like on FaceTime together, or like pull
No.
any late nights? It's all just independently, and then kind of.
We had like deadlines for the Minecraft thing, but
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
We had times when we were like
It's go
texting,
time,
and we
yeah.
were like, "Hey, are you almost done with that? We should send it back," like
Okay.
Yeah.
type shit.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you two find your auto-tune tone? Right, because
press it to 0.
what does that mean?
Just do it all the way.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
It's such a specific tone. It's almost
Oh, you
like
think?
finding the tone in your guitar. You know what I mean? Like T-Pain's auto-tune tone is different than you guys' auto-tune tone, which is different than
I wish it wasn't.
Thugs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, everybody kind of has their, or like, a really noticeable or notable one is like Travis Scott has a very specific auto-tune tone. You know?
Yeah.
Did you two just sort of stumble on it, or was it a lot of
just-
experimentation?
Just push it as fast as it can correct my voice.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in post, are you guys playing keys to kind of like change the tones, or using like a Melodyne or something?
Some tracks, one track we do that.
Yeah.
We're not using Melodyne though. That should take so fucking long.
Yeah, no way. We like
Takes
being
so
economical
long.
with time.
Right, right.
Things that are easy are good.
Yeah.
As you two are wrapping up 1,000 Gecs, could you feel that it was a project that was more defined or more defining of you two than ever before? And did you think it would catch on the way it did?
No.
I mean, I feel like we hadn't worked together in like years, and we had been talking about it for so long, and we had both been like doing our own things for such a long time that
Yeah.
it was like incubated. We were like, it's time to do it. So as we were doing it and we were like getting hyped on it, we were like, cool, this is going to be a good album. But I don't think we ever expected.
I mean, we knew that we liked it fucking
Yeah,
hellas.
I knew it was going to be my favorite album for
Right.
sure,
Yeah,
but I
same.
didn't know it was going to be other people's favorite album.
Right. There are just some songs on there that are so undeniably catchy, you know, like when you write a song like Stupid Horse or like Ringtone, do you feel celebratory inside of like wow, we did that? Like that's that's gonna be an earworm.
Yeah, I mean, I just got the file and was like, damn, this shit's good.
That shit's
I got
fire.
nothing to do.
Right. Just like
I just not gonna fuck it up.
Dylan sent me a voice recording of like Hand Crush, like had a good amount of it done, and I was like, Dylan, please let us use this for the album. Like,
yeah.
God.
Right. There are a couple songs that I find really interesting in that it almost reminds me of like flipping through TV channels while I'm listening, right?
Sure.
And it's like, I Need Help Immediately, is that what it's called? And Gecs.
Yeah.
What's going on with those songs? It like there are times when I'm listening to it where it sounds almost like you're showing everyone your sample pack or something, but somehow
Scrolling through Splice vibes, yeah.
We love scrolling through Splice.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a fun song format.
Yeah.
Music.
Right. It's so interesting because it's just like it switches on a dime every few seconds, and it really kind of summarizes that thing that everybody's trying to figure out about you too, which is like, what are your influences? And it's like, here, let us show you all of them really quick.
Heavily Naked City inspired.
Yeah, we
Like
love Naked City.
It's like garage band Naked City.
Word.
Damn. That's really good.
So now the record comes out, 1000 Gecs. The cover has become iconic. People go travel to the tree. They've found the tree and take pictures of it. What's your fan base like at the shows now? Just
the sickest people in the world.
Yeah.
They're sick. Yeah.
Geniuses.
Really.
Smartest, coolest, funniest.
Best taste in music for sure.
Most beautiful.
Hey, best taste. Hey, I love that. And you two probably is still at the point where you're staying after talking to every person, shaking the hands.
For sure. Trying to, as many people as we can.
Yeah, right. Where do you see this going? Are you two going to continue to work together for
sure.
the imminent future? Yeah. You've got that whole you got your whole life to make the first big record, and you got 6 months to take to make the next one. Are you guys feeling that pressure right now?
I feel like not pressure. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're doing like a remix album,
Yeah.
which is the more tentative thing.
Right.
But looming excitedness
Yeah.
on the next album as well.
We're starting.
Ideas are flowing already.
Yeah, I mean, we have like a bunch of starts all the time.
Is it easier or harder to work together while you're face to face all the time now?
I think
It's just a different thing.
yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Certain parts of it are easier and certain parts are harder.
Yeah, right. Well, I know that I speak for many people when I say I look forward to what the future brings.
Sweet.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell the people what you are going to be performing.
We're going to be doing Stupid Horse.
One of my faves.
Good tune.
Yeah, shout out to like
Decent tune.
Nightcore Ska. Is that? Yeah.
Sure.
Right? Sure. Tell the people where they can find you online.
At 100 Gecs or 100 Gecs on Spotify.
Across all platforms.
Across all
Twitter and
platforms.
Instagram.
There are no other 100 Gecs out there.
That's true. Very unique. All right. I look forward to seeing the performance. Thank you
Sweet.
guys so much for your
course.
time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
My name is Lee. Some of you guys might know me as Intuition. You can find me online at It's Intuition across all platforms. And this was You Feel Me, the Skull Candy podcast, where we talk to artists and athletes about life and culture. And I think that's what we got to do today. So thank you for being our energized artists of the month. And we'll see you guys soon. That's it.
Sick.
Thanks.
Lost some money in my bank account.